Have you ever found yourself captivated by a woman who seems to see the world in high definition? A woman whose mind is as organized as a library, and whose presence is both calming and mysteriously complex. If you have, you might just be trying to understand a Virgo woman. Attracting her isn't about grand, dramatic gestures or flashy displays of affection. It's more like becoming a master locksmith, learning the unique and intricate tumblers of her heart, her mind, and her soul. It's a process that requires patience, intelligence, and a genuine appreciation for the details. Because with a Virgo, the details aren't just details, they're everything. So, how do you go from being an admirer to being the one she trusts with her carefully guarded heart? How do you show her that you are not just another temporary distraction, but a permanent source of peace and partnership in her well-ordered world? Today, we're going deep into the heart of the maiden, exploring the secrets to making a Virgo woman fall in love. This isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about understanding. It's about alignment. It's about becoming the person she's quietly been hoping to find. First, we need to understand the fundamental soil in which a Virgo's love grows. She is an earth sign, which means she is grounded, practical, and seeks stability above all else. Think of a mighty oak tree. It doesn't sprout overnight. It requires solid ground, consistent sunlight, and clean water. It grows slowly, but its roots run deep, making it unshakable. This is the perfect metaphor for a Virgo's love. She is also ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, and analysis. This is where her infamous perfectionism and critical eye come from. But it's crucial to reframe this. Her criticism is often misunderstood. It rarely comes from a place of malice. Instead, it comes from a deep-seated desire to improve things, to fix what's broken, and to make the world around her a better, more efficient, more beautiful place. When she points out a flaw, she's not trying to tear you down. She's trying to build a better reality, and she's wondering if you're interested in helping her build it. Understanding this duality, her earthy need for stability and her mental need for clarity, is the first key. You cannot rush an earth sign, and you cannot fool a Mercury-ruled mind. So, the very first step in winning her heart is building a foundation of unwavering trust. A Virgo woman observes everything. She notices if you say you'll call at 8, and you call at 9:30. She notices if you talk about your ambitions but take no steps to achieve them. She notices if you're kind to her, but rude to the waiter. Consistency is your most powerful tool. You're not building a sandcastle that will be washed away by the next tide. You're building a fortress, brick by brick. Every kept promise is a brick. Every honest conversation is a brick. Every time your actions align with your words, you're laying another solid brick in the foundation of her trust. She needs to see that you are reliable. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable to her, a reliable person is a sanctuary. Be the person who does what they say they will do. It sounds so simple, but in practice, it's the rarest and most valuable trait you can possess in her eyes. Don't make grand, sweeping promises you can't keep. Instead, make small, manageable promises and follow through flawlessly. This shows her that you are safe, that you are stable, and that her meticulously organized world won't be thrown into chaos by your presence. Once she begins to trust you, you can start speaking her language of love. For many Virgos, their primary love language is not words of affirmation or physical touch, though those are appreciated. It's acts of service. Remember her analytical, problem-solving mind? She is constantly, almost subconsciously, scanning her environment for things to fix, to organize, to improve. Her energy is spent in service to making life better, for herself and for others. To make her fall in love, you must show her that you are willing to share that load. This isn't about buying her expensive gifts. In fact, overly lavish presents can sometimes make a practical Virgo uncomfortable, as she might calculate the cost and deem it an inefficient use of resources. Instead, true romance to a Virgo looks like this. noticing her car is dirty and taking it for a wash without being asked. Hearing her mention she's stressed about a project and offering to help her research or organize her notes. Fixing that leaky faucet she's been complaining about for weeks. Making her a cup of tea, exactly how she likes it, when she's had a long day. These small, practical acts of care are deafeningly loud to a Virgo. They tell her, I see you. I see the effort you put into the world. And I am here to invest my effort into you. You are not just adding to her life, you are actively making it easier, smoother, and better. You are becoming a partner in her mission of creating order and peace. This is a form of love that she understands on a soul-deep level. It's practical, it's tangible, and it proves your worth far more than 1,000 flowery compliments. Now, let's talk about conversation. Dating a Virgo is not for the intellectually faint of heart. Thanks to her ruling planet Mercury, she possesses a quick, analytical, and deeply curious mind. Small talk will only get you so far. She can do it, but it bores her. It feels like an inefficient use of time and mental energy. She craves substance. She wants to know what you think, not just what you do. Engage her mind. Talk about a fascinating documentary you watched, a book that changed your perspective, or a complex problem at work you're trying to solve. Ask for her opinion. And when she gives it, listen. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Absorb her words. Her analytical mind will likely offer you a perspective you hadn't even considered. This is a powerful form of foreplay for a Virgo. When you show her that you value her intelligence, that you are not intimidated by it, but are actually fascinated by it, you create a powerful bond. Remember the details from your conversations. If she mentioned a specific author she loves, surprise her with one of their books a few weeks later. If she talked about wanting to visit a particular museum, plan a date to go there. This shows her that you're not just hearing her, you're listening. Her mind is a vast and beautiful landscape. Showing a genuine desire to explore it with her is one of the most romantic things you can possibly do. It tells her you love her for her brilliant mind, not just for her calm and composed exterior. Another critical element is appreciating her perfectionism, not resenting it. Let's be honest, a Virgo's attention to detail can sometimes feel like criticism. She might adjust the crooked picture on your wall. She might reorganize your chaotic bookshelf. She might offer a more efficient way for you to handle a task. It is absolutely vital that you do not take this personally. Remember, she is not trying to say, you are not good enough. She is trying to say, I care enough to help make things even better. Her desire for order is a core part of her identity. When you embrace it, or at least respect it, you are embracing and respecting her. Show her that you also have standards. Keep your personal space relatively clean. Take pride in your appearance. It's not about being a supermodel or having a showroom home. It's about showing that you respect yourself and your environment. When she sees that you also value order and quality, she feels a sense of kinship. She sees you as a fellow traveler on the path to a better, more refined life. She'll feel like she doesn't have to do all the work of maintaining standards herself. She'll feel like she's found a true partner. Now, let's talk about her emotions. A Virgo woman often keeps her feelings under lock and key. She feels things very, very deeply, but her Mercury-ruled mind often forces her to analyze those feelings before she expresses them. She needs to understand an emotion, categorize it, and decide if it's logical to share it. This is why she can seem reserved or slow to open up. She's not cold, she's processing. Your job is not to pry her open with a crowbar. Your job is to create a space so safe, so non-judgmental, that she feels comfortable turning the key herself. How do you do that? By being a calming presence. A Virgo's mind can be a whirlwind of worries, to-do lists, and self-criticism. She is often her own harshest critic. The last thing she needs is a partner who brings more drama, more chaos, or more uncertainty into her life. Be her peace. When she is spiraling with anxiety about a problem, don't just say, "Don't worry about it." That dismisses her feelings. Instead, sit with her. Listen to her concerns. And then, use your own practical mind to help her break it down. Say things like, "Okay, that sounds stressful. What's the very first step we could take to handle this?" You become her anchor in a storm of her own making. When you prove, time and time again, that you are a source of calm and stability, her heart will begin to relax its guard. She will start to see you not just as a romantic interest, but as an essential part of her well-being. A true partner. This is when the slow, beautiful process of her falling in love truly begins. It's not a firework display. It's a sunrise. It starts with a faint glow on the horizon, a shared joke, a moment of intellectual connection, a practical favor. Then, slowly, the colors begin to bleed across the sky. She'll start sharing more of her private thoughts, her secret worries, her quirky, hidden humor. She will start doing things for you. Not just favors, but deeply personal acts of service. She'll cook your favorite meal from scratch. She'll create a detailed itinerary for a trip you mentioned wanting to take. This is her heart, opening petal by petal. You must not rush this process. Savor it. Appreciate every small vulnerability she shares. Acknowledge every thoughtful gesture. Let her set the pace. The love of a Virgo woman is not won through conquest. It is earned through devotion. It is earned through patience, through paying attention, and through proving that you are just as committed to quality, integrity, and stability as she is. When she finally does give you her heart, you will find that it is one of the most loyal, dedicated, and supportive hearts in the entire zodiac. A Virgo in love is a partner for life. She will be your biggest cheerleader, your most honest advisor, and your most dedicated collaborator in building a beautiful, well-lived life. She will apply all of her incredible intelligence and devotion to the project of your relationship, constantly seeking to improve it, strengthen it, and make it last. The effort it takes to win her is immense, yes. But the reward is a love that is real, a love that is practical, and a love that is built to stand the test of time. It's a love that is as deep, as strong, and as reliable as the earth itself. So be patient. Be honest. Be helpful. Engage her mind. Soothe her worries. And pay attention to the little things. Because in the world of a Virgo woman, the little things are the secret gateways to her heart. And once you have earned the key, you will have unlocked a love that is more precious and more rewarding than you could ever imagine.